You know, we all tend to think of mutual funds as this pretty straightforward path to achieving our biggest dreams. But what if one wrong turn, just one little misstep, could put everything you're working for at risk? That's what we're digging into today, that critical risk, and way more importantly, how you can navigate right past it. And this quote, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? Investing, it's not really about the numbers on a screen. It's about the future you're trying to build for yourself, for your family. It's a deeply personal journey, and that's exactly why the stakes feel so incredibly high. But here's the hard reality. That path, it isn't always clear. One wrong turn, one single bad decision, and that dream can suddenly feel like it's just slipping away. And all that's left is fear and a whole lot of uncertainty.
So this dangerous space, it has a name. We're calling it the gap. Think of it like this huge chasm between where you want to be, your goals, your dreams, and the crushing reality of making a big mistake. And today, our mission is to understand this gap so we can finally close it for good.
So why does this gap even exist in the first place? Well, it's usually not from one giant mistake. It's more like a series of subtle little traps that, honestly, even the smartest, most well-intentioned investors can fall right into. Let's break down the four biggest ones. All right, first up, there's just market overload. You're hit with all these terms, right? Large cap, mid cap, hybrid funds, sectoral, ELSS. The sheer number of choices is enough to give anyone analysis paralysis. Second, if you don't have a clear method, a personal strategy for yourself, you just end up falling for social proof. Basically, you just do what everyone else seems to be doing. Third, you've got all these external pressures. You've got influencers, agents, friends, all pulling you in a million different directions. And finally, and this one's huge, there are knowledge gaps. If you don't really get concepts like your own risk tolerance or your time horizon, it is so easy to pick something that is completely wrong for you.
And the result of falling into these traps, it's profound. It stops being about spreadsheets and fund names really fast. See, when you lose control of your money, you start to feel like you're losing control of your life's direction.
So what's the real danger of getting stuck in this gap? I'll tell you, it's not just about the money you could lose. The true cost, the one that really stings, is so much more personal.
For starters, it is never just about you, is it? Financial stress, it has this ripple effect. It always finds its way to the people you love the most, and suddenly your family's happiness feels like it's hanging in the balance.
And then there's the damage it does inside. A really bad financial mistake can absolutely shatter your self-confidence. You start to doubt every little decision you make, and that feeling can bleed into every other part of your life. And man, it can be so isolating. When you feel like you're falling behind your friends or that you're failing to provide in the way you wanted to, it's just so easy to feel this painful sense of social rejection, like you're on the outside looking in. And really, it all just boils down to this. When you get it wrong, you don't just lose your money. You risk losing your trust in the whole system. And maybe even worse, you risk losing your own spirit. But listen, this is not where the story has to end. Not even close. This right here, this is the turning point. It is absolutely possible to move from all that confusion into total clarity. There is a path to taking back control. Just look at this. This slide, it maps out the journey we're talking about perfectly. It's a deliberate shift, right? From the fear of the unknown to real confidence in your choices. From total confusion to having absolute clarity in your strategy. And from that gnawing insecurity to a genuine feeling of control over your own future. And you want to know the best part? This isn't some secret handshake reserved for the financial gurus. There is a right way, a simple way, and a verified way to cut through all that noise and choose the absolute perfect mutual fund for your dreams. And this path, it leads to one incredible destination, you becoming a smart investor. And it's about so much more than just picking funds. It's about truly understanding and owning your financial power. So what does this transformed investor actually look like? Well, they are strong in their beliefs, they are confident in their decisions, they're smart about their strategy, and at the end of the day, they are the owner of their financial power. And because of all that, they are completely free from the doubt and the fear that holds so many other people back. And that brings us to this final thought. Just for a second, imagine a future with no more fear, no more confusion, no more second-guessing wrong decisions. Just a future where you can calmly and lovingly shape your own financial destiny with total confidence. That gap we talked about, it can be closed. That path to clarity, it really does exist. So the only question left to ask is this: How will you write the story of your financial future?